Hello and welcome to another episode. I know it's been quite some time since I recorded one, but of lately I'm trying to focus more on the good things because the negative things will keep on happening, and there will be some days that I'll be submerged into all that negativity, all those sad, depressing thoughts, and so that also comes, and I think because that episode was so frequent which made me start this podcast, but that's not who I am, to be honest. I try to look into the positive direction. I try to keep myself busy with creative things that I just like. My mind doesn't have capacity to think of all of these not good negative things. Okay, so anyway, today's episode is such. Also, you should know that I'm recording this episode before leaving from work, and it's been quite a week. My goodness, I cannot keep cannot like I cannot wait to tell you guys what has happened. But I stretched an hour at work today, and that's all because my husband planned to take a leave. And that was good in the sense that I know that my daughter is not going to be that uncomfortable for this extended hour until I reach home, because he's there. And because of that, I could record this. And it's not just this, he is an amazing person, and he's doing all his efforts to understand what I need in like a married home. You know, see, all of us need partners. We have some expectations, we come in, but then things don't work out that way, and it cannot always be a controllable factor. But as long as you and your partner are willing to make efforts, it's all worth it. And that's what my husband's been doing. So yesterday I was running so late to work, like my cab was at 10:15. I woke up at 9:58. And again, with the baby, it gets challenging to sleep properly in the night, and so I woke up really late. I quickly rushed to like freshen up and all of that, and he in the meanwhile helped me to pack my lunch. And when I reach office, because I didn't have breakfast, so when I reach office, I saw this cute little note. It was really amazing. And so he still, like, even with that lesser time, he still made sure that he did that. And he's one of those slow morning kind of people. Like, before us getting married, he was a early riser, but then he would take his morning slow. Like, when our initial early morning walk dates that we had, if we would plan to meet super early, he would still take like some time. As in, if say I plan to meet up at 5:30 or 6, he would be like, let's meet at 7. And he would like wake up before me, but then he would do his morning rituals and all, and then come and meet me. So he was somebody like that. And so for someone like that to just like rush things up in not even 15 minutes and do this, it takes a lot. So really thankful of that, and that was really sweet for the day. Today we woke up a little early. We again, at least I had a decent night last night, but like decent sleep. He didn't. But then we woke up a little early compared to yesterday, and yet when I come out of the washroom, like after my bath and everything, I was already 3 minutes late than the scheduled cab pickup time, and the cab driver was calling. And again, in like those final 2 to 3 minutes, like spoke to the cab driver, I was like, I'm just coming. And in those 2 to 3 minutes, I told him I don't want my lunch, but he was like, it's okay, I'll go get it, I'll do something. And he called up my father-in-law and he's trying to pack my lunch. I just rushed, like I didn't meet anybody outside, I just rushed. I literally ran through the stairs and everything. But one cute thing is, so he knows that I like to eat like good portion of curry or sabzi. Not dal maybe, but like if it's a sabzi, it's a curry, I would like to like have a decent portion. Okay, that's how I have eaten all my life, and like I enjoy that way. And I think that is the right way, where you have a good amount of the vegetable and lesser amount of roti, or equal. So but then I like it that way. Okay, so now my father-in-law was packing the sabzi, and I heard him yell at him that pack a little more, this is less, and it's okay, I'm not gonna eat sabzi, I eat dal, pack it for her. It was so cute. I mean, I don't know if he did it deliberately, like, or like, I don't know if he was really going to just eat dal, but he did that, and that was so cute. I mean, he might have just skipped it, but he made sure that I should not have like lesser quantity of sabzi. That's such a sweet thing that he did. Like, and again today we were so late that there was no message or anything with the lunch, but there was this message that he's listening and he's doing things for me. But I know this can be jinxed at any point because he, at the end of the day, is a boy, little boy, and I know he'll forget someday, maybe. So, yeah, but then he did that today, made my day so happy. So that's that. And other things that happened in this week in terms of like my in-laws is, so I've had like a very busy week. And so earlier what was happening is, in the evenings when I go back home and resume work, my daughter would still want to be around me, and sometimes it would get so challenging for me to attend meetings. And now obviously as a mother, I'm not gonna say that, yeah, you take care of my child, I have to work. I It's very difficult for me to leave my child, but I also have to focus on work right now if I'm to continue working. So I again had this conversation with my husband. He did some sort of expectation setting with them, and these days, these my in-laws, they do take care of baby. They do let me know that whenever it's your call, let us know. We'll take her, or you give her to us, and like we'll make sure she doesn't come and disturb you. And so now we have had that chemistry where as soon as I reach home, I tell these guys that I have my meetings from here to here, and they'll have to take care of her and all of that. Now, this one day I've had like back to back calls for 4 hours when I was back at home, and like I didn't have water, I didn't have food inside the room, but I had like a little 10-15 minute breather in between. But I chose to not step out because if I would step out and if my daughter sees me, she will just go bananas that I wanna be with mama and all that. It will ruin everything. Like even after that, they will not be able to manage her, and I'll also not be able to work. So I chose to not eat or drink. But then for this entire duration, they were able to like take care of her. There might have been challenges. She might have called out for me with the headsets on. I didn't hear anything, but that went really well. So I'm glad about that. So, and now this thing has started happening frequently. So for example, day before yesterday, at some point, our cook told me that धनिया खत्म हो रहा है दीदी. I mean सूखा धनिया जो सब्जी में तड़के में डलता है ना. So we get the coriander seeds and then we uh, crush it like using the grinder. We grind it that way, and that's how we use it. So she just said that I've used the one for dinner right now, but there's no more left for tomorrow. And I told her, yeah, okay, I'll do it. But then I completely forgot because again, busy day. Like मेरी तो end of the day तक हवाइयाँ उड़ी हुई थी. But yesterday when I came to office is when I realized that, oh, there was no dhania. I don't know what she might have done. So I told my husband that, do you think you can do it, and something like that. And he told me that my mother-in-law has already done that, and I think maybe she's already grind it and stored it in a box. It wasn't there in the masala box. Masaldani बोलते हैं उसे हमारे यहाँ. And that's why the cook might have missed to see that. But that's great, right? Like she did that on her own. And so my mother-in-law, because she's not had like a companion in the house who would listen to her. Like my husband did to some extent, but he's again a boy. Okay. Uh, so like to have a similar gender person to listen to you, react to you, it's very difficult. And so she's not had that camaraderie for the longest of time. And so, or maybe if not, maybe it's not just that, but then she has habit of like telling a lot of things, like a lot of things. And so sometimes she doesn't realize what for her is just sharing her heart out, but for us it's more like she like we're taking notes of, oh, she had difficulty in doing this. Oh, my daughter like troubled her with this. Oh, this part in my schedule, like say I had a busy day or I was at work, but it's disturbing her schedule. And as a because I'm not her daughter, right? I'm her daughter-in-law. So the daughter-in-law, my first takeaway is that I should feel like should I be adjusting my schedule because she should get all the comfort. But then I don't know if she's realized that, or it's just because I've been so busy and we haven't had enough time to talk. But that has also reduced this week. So all in all, decent that way. Let's talk about work now. So, um, I finally started working on some AI related thingy. Like there's this tool called Kiro. I think it's an external tool. It's not something that is managed by or owned by my company, but I've started using that. I've started developing something. Something's happening basically. Now somebody comes and asks me, I'm not completely clueless. But yeah, for the next steps, I need some help, and I don't know how or when I'm going to prioritize that. But for now, I'm in it. So yay! Um, Another thing, so I've gotten like on some good in some good books with my manager, in a sense that we've been talking in a cordial way, and like we've been talking about things outside of our one-on-one meetings. So that's good. um for the longest of time, I think for like ever since rejoined work full time after maternity, I have not had lunch or any sort of a meal at work with my friends, because my friends, most of them have moved out or are in different teams, and so we work in very different work times. But recently, like just this week, so you guys remember Papita and Prateek? There's another person, Pummy. Let's call him Pummy. He's also working on like a lot of AI things, and he's actually trying to solve for things that my team works on, which is like a different issue. But these guys sit together. But then Papita made efforts to come and have some coffee with me and have some meal with me. So that's good again. So things are slightly turning. I don't know what will happen next week because things just go haywire very soon, as in super soon. But for now, things are working out fine, and I'm really liking it. So, yay! Alright, I hope you guys have had a good time as well. I'll see you guys soon.